Hello to all of you. Good evening. It's great to see all of you here for this special event for the Next Big Idea 2016. This is the sign that we use, and you will see this evening why we've chosen that. My name is Mark Summer, and I work here in the Outreach Department at NTID. I also am a Z consumer.
It was about 5.5 years ago that I got an email from Chris Wagner. He had this idea. He said, what if we have a competition for business ideas? What if we have an entrepreneurial competition? And he established that here, the NBI, the Next Big Idea, and we are in our 5th year, and that is worthy of praise. I have to humbly thank ZVRS for all that you've given us, to see the energy and your passion growing. So please take a moment to thank them and thank them for believing in you all.
I've been working for Z the past 9 years, and I really enjoy hiring co-op students and interns. We've hired marketing, engineering, business management students. We put them on multiple disciplinary teams, and watching them work together in those teams, it seemed like there wasn't a lot of discipline. There wasn't a lot of time. There was a lot of actually time wasted by explaining how to work in this type of team. But we only had 10 weeks with them. Through that experience, I realized that the opportunity for the Next Big Idea was to make sure that the students in each team were not from the same major. They were, in fact, from different majors to give them the opportunity to learn from each other. Maybe someone's in finance or business management, and another team member focuses on administration or engineering or marketing. We really want the students to learn from this experience because it mirrors what the job market will actually entail. Students after graduation will be working in teams with a variety of different people. Their different experiences, different backgrounds, different generations of people make them well-rounded employees. RIT has always been like home for me. And so I'm thrilled to have my team here as the judges for the finalists.
And now, the journey will begin for our 6 teams of 2016. I'm going to ask the first team to come on out.
Because today, in 2016, the technology hasn't arrived yet.
If you do develop this, where do you plan to sell the product?
We would certainly intend to set up our own website to market our product, as well as to market it out through the internet to people all over the world. We will probably advertise in larger deaf areas and connect with people. Hopefully we can get ourselves placed in a consumer show or in stores for people to pick this up. We also would want to go for places where there are needs. You know, if we could find a small company that can't get access to interpreters, we would like to place the product with them so that they could try it out and see how it works.
So the next team that's coming up is Dalmatian.
Because we want to provide full communication access for the deaf and hard of hearing community.
Our solution to the problem is to provide a website for the applicants and the employers. For the applicants, they'll be able to post their resumes, their skills, their experiences, and their contact information so they can find jobs that fits their skills. On the employee side, they can make job postings and they can find applicants who has the same skills as a job they're looking for, and they can contact them as well.
Tell me about your social media approach. How do you plan to use social media platforms to reach people for your launch? Well, I'm very excited to announce that we've got a lot of excitement about Facebook. We're planning on starting everything through Facebook. We're going to be doing vlogs, education, videos, how to use the plan, you know, not just pretty things, but things that will capture people's attention. And our long-term vision, we really want to be able to have a lot of content and make our website popular so people will go and perhaps become addicted to our website, and it will be the source that they trust for information. We'll be using Instagram probably for key events. We'll put those on Instagram, make them a little bit more inspiring. Twitter, probably for new job postings. We'll have a Twitter feed that will list all of the new job postings as we get them.
Let's welcome the Do Your Or team to the stage.
Because deaf people should order food without frustration.
Now, our problem that we face every day as deaf individuals, when we go to order, we have to use pen and paper or text and hand over our phone, or we gesture, but misunderstandings can happen, and we don't always have an interpreter on the ready. So we wanted to come up with something that could alleviate this frustration. Our solution is a web-based application where we can order and send it on to the restaurant, and it will be there hot and ready for us. This app will save time, and it will provide the deaf community awareness that these restaurants are deaf-friendly, and it will save time in our ordering experiences.
On your revenue slide, you show that you're projecting $23,000 in the first year and $500,000 in the second year. How many consumers are you expecting to have at that point?
On that slide, we were looking at the market here in Rochester. There are 19,000 deaf people, but then adding even hearing consumers that may want to use it. And we will utilize in-app advertisements so that if a user clicks on that, then we gain some of that profit as well. We will use some analytic tools to be able to also make a service for fee structure as well. Here in Rochester, we have over 200 restaurants, and Washington, D.C. Certainly has plenty more. We plan on marketing and recruiting in the area to restaurants who want to make their restaurant more culturally aware. All right, let's bring out the next team, Ugio.
Because everyone should have different options for access. If you remember my story about my friend who has Usher syndrome, throughout those monthly meetings, that person felt really frustrated. And after that meeting, I asked if they wanted to talk about an idea that I had to help them throughout these meetings. So we had several discussions, and my friend really liked my idea. Would you like to know it? We will show you. The product is a sphere with a white ring around it. It has different sections that will light up. We will show you now. This is how it works. If you remember in the story, there is a rectangular table with people all around. Here in our graphic, the round indicate the people sitting around the table. The person with the tabus in front of them is the person with Usher syndrome. Each individual at the table would then have a clicker that will communicate with the system. For example, the person on the left clicks their clicker, and the light will go on, and it will help my friend track to where the person is sitting. Instead of looking around to find the next person, they can look down to the tabus and find the next light that appears, and then track that person who is then clicked, and this can go on for each person who is participating in the meeting, regardless if they are sitting next to my friend or down at the end of the table.
How do you plan to market this device?
That's a great question. The deaf-blind community tends to live in some very large areas like Seattle and Louisiana. This coming July, there's a Deaf Expo that's coming, and we're hoping to take this prototype, fly out to Seattle, show it to people there, and get their feedback. That's part of our product development phase. Eventually, we'll be getting data on where people live through their national organization, through Facebook, through other methods, and hopefully spread the word that way through social media, through deaf clubs, through deaf-blind gatherings, and things of that nature, so that we will be able to target market to specific groups. We feel that this will spread by word of mouth at events. You know, once someone has one, they'll spread the word to their friends. We feel that it'll be pretty quick.
Our next team is ready to join us. Let's call out Echo.
Because you should be able to access speech therapy remotely.
We would like to market Speech Report directly to the speech therapist because the therapist using our app is what distinguishes it from all the others on the market. We were thinking that we would give it to the therapist as a short, maybe 15-day trial so that they can make sure it works. And then from there, they would buy individual access codes for each one of their patients. While this is what we think we want to do, neither of us are business majors, so this is where we could really use feedback and input from investors and NBI.
What is your vision? How are you going to capture your audience? How are you going to market to individuals that will use that app?
We want to market it to the speech therapist themselves. If the therapist uses it, that makes it a much more valuable app. So that really narrows the field down a lot for us. We'd be able to target speech therapist centers throughout the United States or wherever. So we can really go try to meet with the speech therapist. We were able to talk to speech therapists about our idea. If we went with them with our idea and showed them, hey, this could help your patients out, I feel like they would like to hear more about it.
We have our final team coming up to the stage soon. Asymptotic.
Because you deserve to completely experience your world.
Our product is called Pulsation. Here's how it works. We have a microphone array around the circumference of a belt attachment. And the microphone will take in sound and send them to a microcontroller, which will then process the sound. And it will compare the sounds that it takes in with a library of specific sounds that the wearer would want to know about. And if it takes in a sound that falls within a specific frequency of a specific sound, then it will send a signal to the vibrating node and actuate them. Not just letting the wearer know that this sound exists, but the direction it's coming from. So here's the basic layout of what Pulsation is. It's a belt clip-on that's easy to snap on, it's lightweight, it's flexible, and it does not restrict movement. You won't even know you're wearing it.
You said about a $70 belt. How are you going to convince your audience, those consumers, to purchase a $70 belt?
Okay, so when we visually surveyed people whether or not they would buy the product, we asked them, how much do you think this would cost? The majority of them said at least $100. If they're willing to pay at least $100, we can bump it down to 70 and get more people and draw more people in.
Also keep in mind, this isn't just supposed to be, all social and this is a safety device. We're targeting a healthcare market as well. Such a market will allow for the promotion in that price as well, but keep in mind, even right now, you want quality products that do the job and is, hip and trendy and cool. It does it all. So that's a reason why we can have it there.
The team who wins third place, Anova. They win $2,000. Congratulations, everyone. Second place goes to Dalmatian. This team wins $3,000. Congratulations. And finally, the team who wins first place and $5,000. And we expect you to use this money towards the success of your project. The $5,000 first place winner is Team Ugio. $5,000.